Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back again to Crypto Mall, and this is a recap for our pairs for the week, right? And you're welcome. Let's move in. So, I think we had a total of 9 pairs. I can't remember, right? We had a number of pairs, right? And so the first one is NZD card. It might not be according to how it was arranged the last time when we did the analysis, but sure, it is a great one, right? It's still the same pace, right? SZD card, right? I was waiting for it to get to this point, but on Wednesday, I think it stopped at this place and it started reversing. So I decided I was impatient, right, to enter. So I entered here, right? Though it still later touched this place, but it didn't take me out on the stop loss, and then it's finally performing the what it's supposed to do. And you can see now here that we have broken structure on the 4 hours time frame, right? Meaning we are going down from here, right? So I'm still in the trade, NZD card, right? Still big on the trade. I added more positions yesterday, and those positions are in massive profit now. NZD right? NZD 2. Now I decided not to take out this so that you can reminisce on our previous what's it called? Our previous how I analyzed it on Sunday. I think Sunday it was here, and I said I wanted it to just be coming down, right? But it didn't give us a sell signal here. This was what we put on Sunday. It didn't give us a sell signal here, so we didn't pick the trade, right? So I was definitely expecting it to respect the next resistance, and which it did, right? And that was when we entered the trade here. But this one we didn't enter it. I just wanted you to see what we did on Sunday and how it did not respect it because it didn't give us. Let me go to the 4 hours so that you see that it didn't give us a sell signal. See, right? It didn't give us a sign that it was going to sell, right? So we didn't pick the trade. We expected it to touch this place, and then here we were ready for the trade. So I'll delete this one. So we are in this trade like this, right? And we're just looking for a 1 to 2 risk reward because this Donald Trump market sometimes it might just reverse and do crazy things, right? So this trade is still on. The two trade SZD card, SZD JPY so far are still on. Why this one was our first what's it called, stop loss. GBP JPY. It's, in fact, I think I would delete GBP JPY forever from entry because this is the second week we are hitting stop loss again, right? So on GBP JPY, so what we expected on Sunday was for it to break here, retest, and then continue, which was what we drew here, right? But the same thing that happened in SZD JPY, it didn't happen, right? It didn't break to retest, right? So this one was invalid. We didn't pick this trade, so I will delete it right here because it didn't happen. So we were actually waiting for the next resistance for it to obey that, and then it moved from here, move. When this move happened, I was expecting it to sell because this is an engulfing bar and it's a sign that it's happening at a strong daily resistance, right? So I was expecting it to just obey and continue, and which I picked the trade, and then it was going well a little, and then it hit stop loss, and that was it for GBP JPY, right? Then GBP USD, yeah, look at the 4 hours. GBP USD, in fact, it went straight into what's it called, into TP 4 hours time frame. Let me show you the 4 hours time frame. See right, on the 4 hours time frame we were already ready to sell that week, right? And it just gave us a good signal at a good resistance to sell. Let me go to the 1 hour so that you can see how it played out. You see the 1 hour, it gave us an evening star at a good resistance. So immediately we just saw this like this, pew, it just signaled to us that, oh boy, this thing is going to the downward side. And then what do you expect to do? Moving with the train, right? And you can see the same thing. That's why this, on a norm, if it was Biden that was on seat, I probably will still hold this trade because it probably will break this resistance and go down. But this Donald Trump administration, you can't just predict it, but this is still sweet a trade, right? That you can still, we are still looking for, right? Because it's still at this resistance level, right? And so it might still be good to trade, maybe for next week, or it might still even happen this week, right? But you know you've taken this TP already. Uh, so I will delete this one. And this was what we were expecting later on when that I said I will have left this, right? I was expecting if it breaks this, it will retest and continue. But it's better to secure profit than expect some trash. So this one, if it gives us a good stuff, but this week I'm already done with GBP USD, so I'm not even going near it again. Then AUDCHF, this is a good trade that we are still in. He obeyed all we said last week, right? Yes, he obeyed all we said last week. He got to the support. What did I say? Support or resistance, right? Resistance gave us a shift in structure. Like you see, when it got here, when it got to this point already, when it got to this point, I saw it and I said, okay, we are waiting for a shift in structure in 30 minutes. And then it happened, and then we entered the trade, and the trade is still running. I might not want to, this is 1 to 3 risk reward. I might just reduce it to 1 to 2, because the way market is doing these days, I'm not too, right? So 1 to 2 is just fine. Once you hit 1 to 2, you are good, right? And then this is AUDCHF, right? And then Euro JPY, yeah, the second stop loss for the week. Euro JPY, this one just it happened like GBP JPY, because at first we were expecting that it will break under here, retest here, and then continue to sell, but it didn't happen like that. It didn't work out like that, right? And so I was kind of waiting for what is it called? Where is my support line? Okay, yeah. So I picked, once it tested here, I picked the trade here, but it actually violated me and went straight to stop loss. So this one, we hit stop loss on this one. So SZD USD, I've not picked this trade already, but it's sweet already. The trade is sweet already. I'm waiting for this close in okay, let me see the 4 hours. The trade is sweet. I don't know why I'm not picking this trade already now. I don't know why, because it's already sweet to, yeah, it has done just what we wanted it to do, right? See, it broke here. Let me put it 1 day so that you can see a cleaner stuff. We wanted it to break and retest, and it broke and retest. Though retest wasn't clean, but it still obeyed, right? So we are supposed to be in this trade. I don't know why. Maybe I'll just look for, let me see if 30 minutes or 1 hour shifts in structure. Yeah, it has shifted in structure, so it's a good trade to go in actually, but maybe because I'm in too many trades, right? SZD clean trade, right? And Euro USD too. Euro USD is doing like a madman, right? It's coming back after it has done beautiful stuff. It's now doing like a madman. It's now retracing to entry again, which is almost the same thing that we saw on SZD USD now, right? It's now going back to entry and then now coming to profit, right? But this is a sweet trade. In fact, if this trade does not happen this week, it will happen next week, but I believe it will happen this week. It might not reach up to this level, but it will definitely happen this week by God's grace. It will go a good way this week. And then BTC USD, this is like one of my biggest trade this week, right? BTC USD, I think I touched it last week. I said we are going to retrace to this point and then we start selling. It shifted in structure on, I think, 1 hour, and then we sold. It wanted to give us what's it called? Let me put it on the 4 hours so that you see what I'm saying. You see, when it got, no, 1 day, let me put it on 1 day. When we got to this place, see, when we got to this place, right, I was skeptical, like, is this thing not going to go back? If it's not going to go back, let us just continue. Like you said, is either we get to this resistance and we get a reaction and then start selling, or if it escapes this resistance, it won't escape this one, right? So that was when we now entered the trade here, and you can see that the trade is moving beautifully well. You can see, right? And then USD JPY. USD JPY. This one did not do what we want, and we have not picked it yet. This is also a good trade, but I'm still very skeptical. I have too much trade I'm holding already, and I don't want to jump into trades, right? We expected it to come here and then start selling, but it didn't give us a reaction here to start selling, so we didn't enter. So it just went to the next resistance, right? And it reacted there. I just want a break in structure here so that we can continue selling, but apparently this week is kind of slow, so some of these things might not happen. So since this one did not happen here, we didn't pick this trade, so I'm going to delete it. So we are waiting for something here. We are waiting for a break in structure in the 30 minutes time frame, right? And which has already been broken. You can see it has already been broken. So I don't know. I'm still skeptical about the trade, so we might just want a lower high. Yeah, a lower high then before we sell, because there's this resistance here again. So I don't know yet, sha, but I'm not sure I'll pick this trade today. Today is Friday, and next week maybe we can look at it next week, right? And so I think that was all for our pairs for this week. It was later on I added the DAX, which I didn't trade. I just analyzed it. US 30, which I entered the trade yesterday. US 30, I entered US 30 yesterday, right? And the trade is going smoothly well. I think I entered around here. I didn't even put it self. I entered here because I saw it as a sweet opportunity. Was it okay? Was it US 30? Yeah, US 30. I entered around here. Where's my sell? I entered to sell. Think around here, because it was just a quick trade. I'm seeing the trade and it's going well, right? It was just a quick one. It was not part of my position for the week, but I just wanted to do a fast one. I saw a head and shoulder on the 4 hours that was looking clean. You can see, right? And it was at a good support. So I just said let me pick the trade. So that was why we had that. Though the ideal trade I want is that this will break like this, come the test and happen here. But this head and shoulder made me actually go in for it. Let me draw the head and shoulder so you see, you see, you see, you see the head and shoulder. Yeah. So that was what made me really interested in it, right? So that's it. Though we didn't analyze it on Sunday, and then Nasdaq too. And then Nasdaq too. I think Nasdaq is doing same thing, right? Sweet trade. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for this week's. If you didn't check the previous video where we analyzed it before everything played out like this, check the previous video. And also wait on Sunday again. We'll do for next week again and look at our favorite pairs for next week again, and then we move from there. Most likely some of these pairs might arrange for us next week again, because we didn't see most of the things we were looking for this week, and some of the trades didn't play to fulfillment throughout, because it didn't give us most of them are in profit, but it didn't hit it has not hit our TP. Hopefully before the end of today it will, uh, and if not, we can start next week with something sweet. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. If you want to learn more about forex and all, my contact is in the description box. Let me just know in my DM. God bless you. See you some other time. Peace.